Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is called Create and Relate, and this is somebody who's come into the Tuber Chat family within what I believe is the last 6 months. Could be slightly longer. Create and Relate is somebody who brings actually a lot of different artistic ideas here and creativity, and they let us know that they're expecting arts and crafts, DIY, everything in between. But what I have seen from this creator more than anything else is a lot of unboxings, product reviews, some of which are actually filming related, and then as well a lot that have to do either with art and creativity itself or maybe even making merchandise, which is interesting to see. So when you dig through a lot of these videos, you're going to get an idea of what I'm talking about with a lot of the product reviews, and like I said, some film related, so they'll be really interesting to us. Then some things like this Cricut machine. They were working on some clothes recently, and they order some different interesting things from Temu as well. It takes like literally watching the video to see what on earth sometimes they've got here. But I'm going to grab the latest video that they've got and I'm going to put it into a special playlist. I call it my catch-up list. It's a funny name for a playlist I use to keep caught up or get caught up with creators, but this is going to be a different type of, they say paper art, so we'll see what kind of art they're going to make. And then shorts on this channel as well have gotten into almost 1,000 views on one of these, but over 1,300 on another, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. I've been trying to catch them for a live stream. I complain almost every stream or every time I've got their channel up lately that why does the algorithm play with us? And why is it possible that I can see some people for live streams repeatedly and then some people I never catch? And that's just the algorithm and recommendation engine doing that to us. I literally saw at least 2 videos today from people I've been connected to for at least a couple of years. One video 2 years old, one video 1 year old. So I think over this Easter weekend, YouTube has played with the algorithm again. So you guys could tell me in the chat if you've seen some weird things like that. Why are you being recommended videos from your friends from 1, 2, 3 years ago when we've got a lot of content that we can't keep up with? So Create and Relate is up on the screen right now. 303 subscribers, so it looks like they might just about have that 300 locked in. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 400 they're thinking about, and we know that they are a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're here with us just about every live stream. I know not everybody can be, so I certainly do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, and we'll do some introductions in a second.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Yes, I'm sure Just Jason Keto isn't going to be disappointed with me saying the fact that he didn't very much like the auto-dubbing feature, the new system from YouTube that I'm going to have to look into it a little bit more. My expectation was that it was going to auto-dub your videos so that people in different languages would be able to watch them, and instead of just using closed captions, which they can, it will literally dub the audio with AI. But Just Jason Keto tried to do a video, it auto-dubbed in English, and I haven't tried it yet, so I have to try one to see exactly what it does. But yeah, he did not like that, so I don't imagine we'll see him using that, at least not for English for a while. Mel Runs Things is the next channel we're looking at, but we'll do some introductions. I got quite a few names on the wheel. Scratch and PPA, Michael's Adventures, and Hilda DC are all there as beloved and dedicated moderators. Home Bartending with John and PK Adventure Travels is right beside Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen, and Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage, and then everybody's BFF, Butler Family Farm, is in the house with Crafty Witch 232 and Living Large with L Crew. And Fever Dream Animation came in. Ash's Concerts and Video Showroom. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the first time. B, good to see you here. And I wonder if that's a brand new channel as well. Forgive me for not being certain. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft was early today. And then Cruz Bolero's with us frequently. New Horizons Above and Beyond is here regularly as well. I don't mean to miss anybody. I know Computer Chick Productions said that they are often lurking. And Forever Goshlin 3004, good to see you in the house. And as long as everybody's active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. I certainly don't want to miss anybody. But I think we're just about caught up for right now. So the channel that we're looking at today, Mel Runs Things, or what I mean instead of today, the channel that we're looking at right now is Mel Runs Things. And this is somebody who's been with us for several months now as well. Lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, and running. Basically, living over 50 is the idea behind the channel. They're working on 1,800 subscribers now, which is great to see, and they've got quite a bit of information on their About section to let us know what to expect. We see some motivation type videos lately, and I'm just going to take one of the latest ones and put it into that special catch-up playlist that I talk about. And again, playlists can be a great tool for keeping or getting caught up with creators. Pardon me for 1 second here. This is one of those compressed air things. I find whenever my mouse does not want to work, I got one of those Apple mouse, and the little laser is right there. And every time it starts to not want to work, I just blow that thing out with that compressed air, and it seems to work instantly. And then shorts on Mel Runs Things channel have gotten into 2,200 and 2,300 views. And then live streams over here. This is another creator. I guess I caught you 2 weeks ago. I'm hoping I'll catch another one. They got a live stream, 2 live streams coming up tomorrow. So that'll be interesting to see. Or actually one of them tonight, basically. So it says midnight. And that's about 7 hours from now. I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course, but we've always got the notification bell on for every single channel, and we set notifications for all live streams and premieres to give ourselves the best chance of catching each other as often as possible. And then, oh, that's a good idea, Just Jason Keto. So you can set auto dubbing to manual review, which is a great idea. Yes, we want to backpedal on some of the things that we don't like. If YouTube, you know, I don't want to whine and complain all day, but they're just so behind with all kinds of different things. And this has been going on for years. I'm sure a lot of people will agree. We wish that YouTube would be a leader instead of a follower with all this stuff. But you look at, you know, ever since the invention of TikTok, YouTube is just behind everything. Hunting and stuff with J&J, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. D. Newham, good to see, or pardon me, I know I pronounce that wrong all the time. D. Newnham, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hunting and stuff with J&J is a longtime friend. It's good to see you in the house. And, oh, I see. Mel Runs Things might have been live today, but they had something else to do, so they'll move these around. And yeah, we got to do what we got to do. Most people know here in Tuber Chat, we don't even have a schedule for that reason. I mix things up for a couple of reasons. I mean, I got my own personal schedule as well, but we want to make sure we can catch different people in different time zones. The best idea for most channels, of course, is to be consistent. Pick a schedule if you can, show up consistently. But we experiment with things here in this channel all the time, and it seems to have worked out so far. So we can always dial things in if we need to. And then Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And the next channel we're looking at is Hilda DC.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So Hilda DC is a longtime friend. She's been with us from the beginning of Tuber Chat. We're coming up on 5 years next week. So that's going to be an exciting milestone to have hit. We just passed 6,000 subscribers, so thank you everybody for that. And Hilda DC has been with us pretty much all the way along. She is a dear friend and actually known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 8 years now on YouTube. And I say these kind of things about different creators just to give you an idea of how much of a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter they might be even to you. And then when we look at Hilda DC, this creator posts occasionally, and she has been so supportive to others. She can literally, like yesterday, go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood in the chat of people coming to support. And Hilda DC, like I said, has been at this a long time, but she does a lot of cooking videos. She does a lot of taste test product reviews. She actually, this particular video we watched the other day, she did popcorners, it's called, and they're like little rice chip things almost. And then I literally went out and got them the next yesterday so I could try them. And Hilda DC will do things like that all the time. It's interesting to me because I'm in Canada, so I don't get to see a lot of the flavors and products that some of our American and European friends have. So you see from the thumbnails the different types of things that Hilda DC is bringing to us. Like I said, a lot of cooking, taste test reviews, but she takes us out for different adventures outside as well, and might bring a little more variety here and there. Shorts on the channel feature more cooking videos. There's her Easter ham from yesterday as well. And look at some of the stuff that she's doing. She's cooking all the time. She's eating dinner right now. She probably just finished cooking. And then live streams on the channel as well. Hilda DC can, like I said, go live whenever she wants, but she also hops in with other people on live stream panels, and I've joined her many times, both on, I believe, her channel and many others. Over the years, Hilda DC's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and she is working on 2,600 subscribers. When I say she's one of the most encouraging creators, it's because she's got positive affirmations coming through her content all the time, including special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case, and this is a strong-willed creator who absolutely stands behind and beside her YouTube family, both us here in the Tuber Chat family and her own community. And I hope everybody will connect with her so you can get an idea of some of the truly loyal and dedicated support I keep talking about with her. And let's spin the wheel.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And the next creator that we're going to look at, Gene Literick Living Skies Vintage, is fairly new in the Tuber Chat family. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they recently became a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We'll talk about her content in a quick second. And then, oh, is it corn? They taste like those Rice Crisps in Canada. I'm sure everybody's got these things around the world with different names. Some of the companies just change the names of everything. But, you know, most people know what rice cakes are. Those are just a simple, I don't know, light tasting snack, let's say. And they usually put what I believe is like, you know, the kind of spices that you put onto popcorn, flavorings, let's say. It tastes just like that to me. Then they've got mini ones now, but the popcorners that Jason is talking about that Hilda reviewed last week, these are, they resemble Doritos just because they're triangles, and they're just a little bit crispier. It's like they've been compressed or something like that, but still good. Anybody who likes any of that stuff is probably going to enjoy them. And then Prairie Prospecting, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I believe we've seen that channel before, but forgive me if I'm wrong about that, and hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. For anybody that is brand new, all of our instructions for how to connect with people and get the most out of your time here is always in our video description. Over time, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next 2.5 hours or so. And Michael's Adventures has a premiere for us afterwards for an extra half hour of connecting the same way we are here. Mel Runs Things, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Our dear friend Maz, 6510 Models, will be happy to have that. He's been with us for as long as Hilda DC has, and he is one of the featured creators in our How to Gain 10,000 Subscribers series, which is a bunch of videos on the YouTube channel now. I finally finished editing their Curmudgeon, Alaska one. That conversation went on for almost 2 hours, so I'll use that as an excuse. We'll have just over an hour of content, and we've already been seeing some clips. We'll see that a little bit later on. Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, like I said, is a newer channel to me, so I've got to get to know what they are doing on their channel. And when we look at their About section, they're going to let us know that they are coloring pages and bringing other creative pieces here, thrifting and shopping as well, and then repurposing a lot of things. So that'll be interesting to see. And we've got a lot of creators who do some of those similar things as well. When we get into shorts on this channel, we're going to see they're already moving at 2,000, 2,700, and one at 4,500 views. I see some winter weather there, and I always mention that because snow seems to do fairly well. It kind of pumps videos and live streams and shorts and everything else a little bit more. Live streams on the channel. So up to a year ago, they did one last year. They did one the year before. We'll see if they're going to do another one soon. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then they're working on 700 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'm just going to grab another video here so that I have another piece of content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels. Then over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres and live streams and watching videos, I get to know the content. And then for anybody that wants to connect outside on the other social networks, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter occasionally as well. I keep calling it Twitter. I'm going to try to start calling it X, but we'll see. And then you've got a YouTube creator event this Friday, Computer Chick Productions, because I know we have friends in Missouri for sure. Nancy Perrin Ministries, good to see you in the house. We got lots of friends that do a lot of meetups as well. Just Jason Keto and more. I've met up with him a few times already. And we're thinking about meeting up this week, but we're thinking about meeting up with somebody, and the plan has not come together yet, so the window is closing pretty quick. And Health Dishes, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And we'll look at Just Jason Keto and More's content in a moment.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Yeah, thank you, B. I appreciate that, and I know that, oh, pardon me, who just hopped out? Ash's Concerts and Video Showroom. Yeah, thank you both for being here. So basically over the 3-hour period that we're here 3 days a week, the days and times mix around a little bit, but I try to post in advance so everybody knows when we're going to be on. I know we like to call it channel reviews, but all I do, I really promote the channel. So I put the channel on the screen like Just Jason Keto right now. I'll talk about their content, my friendship with them, and what I've learned about them. Some creators are new. We have brand new channels every single day, and then some people have been with us since even before I started the channel. Some friends have been with me for 6 years now, or close to it. And I'll talk about the different things that I've learned, the different things that I know. We talk about tips and tricks for YouTube. We discuss a lot of things in the chat. I try not to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel here. And I learn from channels of all sizes every single day. I've been corrected many times for some of the things I thought I was right about. And we talk about YouTube changes and things like that as well, so that we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. And then just Jason Keto and More on the screen right now. This is a dear friend. Of course, all the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine and dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you will be welcome to meet more friends and family members. The same way that we do here. And actually, Michael's Adventures is another beloved and dedicated moderator, and he will allow that tonight when he does a premiere right after Superchat. So we'll get an extra half hour as soon as we're done. But like I said, we'll be here for another 2.5 hours. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. And I think I'm going to do something to speed things up today so that we can get a few more channels onto the screen in the next 2.5 hours. We'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. And I'll talk about that as things go on. And then Prairie Prospecting. Yes, Rob and Sarah are wonderful. Zeus and Mishka on the channel as well. But I had a chance to talk to Rob about the explosion on his channel. Much like what Jason Keto just went through not too long ago as well. Is, once in a while we end up in a situation where you could call it luck if you want to. That's what I call it. On top of all of the work that we've done. When it's your turn and you've put out dozens and dozens of videos, eventually that luck will come around and take a couple of your videos and make them fly. And Curmudgeon Alaska had a video that has popped over 2 million views. And I'm not talking about a short, I'm talking about a video. And they had what I believe was, I can't remember how many subscribers he said they had at the time. I think it was less than 3,000. We might have mentioned it in the interview. That'll come out in a few weeks. But I got to talk to him about that and, the experience, what he thought led up to it. He describes what he does on his channel so that we can all have some takeaways. Just Jason Keto has experienced a little bit of this success as well. He's been at this a long time, extremely consistent. He posts videos, shorts, and streams. He tries to stick to pretty much a schedule, even though it's moved a couple of times over the years. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to do what you got to do. But when you set your schedule, if you can stick to it, you find incredible traffic on your videos and streams and everything else. And you'll hear that in the stories that I tell about different channels today. Canadian Family Life. Sorry, I know you've been here for a while now, and I haven't put your channel on the wheel yet, but I'll do that right now. She is a beloved and dedicated moderator from New Brunswick. And then, yeah, Rob and Sarah just exploded. So, actually, I got to look at their channel and see if they've hit 50,000 by now, because I think they were right at 48,000 or something when we did the video. We recorded it about a month ago, and I expect to put it out within the next month. Just Jason Keto and More is going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living, a keto-based diet and lifestyle. He's got a lot of recipes on the channel and a lot of product reviews. Both of those are going to give us some insight about ingredients that we might either use or consume and how they're going to affect us. Pardon me, my allergies, and I'm itchy all the time. Just Jason Keto and More, his recipes are extremely simple, easy, and only feature a few ingredients, which we probably already have in the house, which makes it enjoyable. Somebody like me, I don't like to spend time in the kitchen as much as I would wish, but Just Jason Keto and More has things we can make in just a few minutes. He also does product reviews of devices occasionally, like this air fryer, or he might unbox a GoPro or something like that. Takes us out for adventures outdoors, and sometimes even for more informative content to places like Keto Palooza. Now, he's got a lot of guests that join him on his channel. That's both in videos as well as live streams. And we'll look at those right now. We'll go over to the shorts afterwards. But Just Jason Keto and More usually tries to drop a premiere every Sunday around 5 p.m. Eastern. Thursday nights, he's on at 7:30 for live streams. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so he's actually only a few hours away from me, another fellow Canadian. That's why we've met up a few times or been able to. Just Jason Keto and More sometimes is by himself on his live stream. Sometimes he's got a guest. Or more than one guests. Sometimes he surprises us with a cook-along live stream as well. Either way, we have a vibrant community around this channel so that when we have questions and comments in the chat, there's lots of people willing to help and share their life experiences as well. When we look at shorts on Just Jason Keto and More's channel, he puts out quite a few of these. When we get into the most popular ones, though, there's a bit of a hint because a lot of these healthy looking either grilling shorts or other types of healthy looking food shorts have really done well. 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. One of them at 22,000, and I've seen this one, and I promise you it's entertaining. It's worth a watch. And then Just Jason Keto is going to be on Gail's Southern Living's channel. She's a friend who's been with us from the beginning as well. I can't remember how long every single channel's been with us, of course, but I like to bring it up pretty frequently. Just so that everybody understands the kind of friends that you are probably going to make here even today that will be with you for weeks, months, and maybe even years into the future. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and More. He's also monetized lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And I'm going to spin the wheel and we'll see who's up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Foodies Vacations is in the house. I've been running to them frequently. It's okay to be a transgender. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then let me know. I feel like I recognize that avatar, but I might be mistaken. But I'd love to know if that's a channel that I already know or if you're brand new here today. And then my other's Keeper, thank you. I do have you on the wheel. I remove names from the wheel over the course of the stream. If somebody comes in, says hi, hangs out for a while, but can't be here the whole time, then I just make room for a few more channels. But I'll always put members and moderators back onto the wheel if they're here in the chat and active, let's just say. Coker Culture, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And then, okay, thank you for letting me know that your channel is new. Cinematic Gaming Universe is also in the house. Good to have you here. The Gambler After Dark is here, and he's got some seriously fast-paced and high-energy live streams, actually doing a lot of lottery ticket scratching. Pardon me for 1 second here. I am allergic. Pardon me for that. I am allergic to everything, and yeah, my allergies are on me today. Sometimes it gets my eyes, and I have to take like Visine and that other stuff. Visine doesn't work for me. There's another one. I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to go use it in a minute here. We'll take a break just for a few minutes. I'm going to speed up those breaks. We'll try speeding them up today. One of the reasons why we take so many breaks during the Tuber Chat live streams, we used to do these for 2.5 hours, but I would lose my voice pretty frequently, actually. So we put these breaks into the stream so that we can all rest and do what we need to do and then extend them to 3 hours. But I'm going to try to move it up. Dreamland Soundscapes is another channel from Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life. And then what we're looking at right now is Ryan and Mel. I got to tell you, I always say nice things about this channel. I really am impressed with what they've done right from the very first video that I saw. But I don't know how they punch out so much content. It is literally, to me, it's embarrassing. I sit here, between yesterday, it took me hours and hours to edit this interview. And I don't know why it took so long. Probably because it wasn't fresh. We recorded it a month ago, and now, I had to go and listen to the whole thing 2 or 3 times. PK Adventure Travels is punching out content like you wouldn't believe. Look at this. They got 3 premieres ready to go. They're live every Wednesday. We know that already. We'll look at those in a moment. They got different kinds of content. First of all, they're doing a lot of travel. So they'll give us room tours and entire ship tours, even when they do videos that go for almost half an hour. Because they do. Sometimes they're 20 minutes long. They do a thorough job of pointing out, the whole ship. They talk about the amenities. They talk about tips and tricks. I've watched different kinds of videos from these creators. Even, where was the one that I just watched? The RV. They've got a video where they go through their camping RV. I don't know where the thumbnail is here. It's probably right in front of me. And even that, tips and tricks, I learned stuff for myself in that video. Like I said, I learn every day. Not just about YouTube, but different things. So PK Adventure Travels is posting content all the time. This is really cool that you went to a game. I have been to my share. It's something those huge sporting events, whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, any of that stuff, I think everybody should go if they can at some point in life, because it really is an experience to be in the stadium. I only go occasionally. I've been to a handful, let's just say. But yeah, it can be exciting. Then shorts on this channel have gotten into 6,000, 10,000 views on a couple of them, 12,000 on another. All in line with their regular content. They got a bit of variety here, but mostly travel. And then, like I said, they're live every Wednesday. And look at this. They're posting them like a month and a half in advance, which is great. We always want to post in advance if we can, so that the algorithm and recommendation engine can pick up on everything that's in the video. And I'm talking tags, title. It even actually listens to us. It's very important to think about the things that you say in your video. And if you can plan ahead, you can title the video before you make it in your own mind. Say the title of the video a few times, or other keywords that you know you're going to use throughout the video. And then YouTube actually listens to every single thing that we say. You know what I mean? It's the algorithm and recommendation engine. But that can be very helpful. So I try to encourage that all the time. But they do a great job with this. PK Adventure Travels is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They got another short series on the channel as well, where Ryan has given us some travel news. And this one here, I watched the passport one. And I won't spoil it for everybody, but if you have a passport or are going to think about getting one because you're expecting to go somewhere, this is actually a really important video to watch, because somebody, people involved in the video probably lost thousands of dollars. That's going to be a battle that I don't think they're even going to be able to win. But what an interesting thing to notice, and I'll leave it to you to go see Ryan for that. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And then what we will do right now, we'll take one of those breaks that I'm talking about. We'll try to make this one a quick one. So we're going to come right back in 3.5 minutes. When we do, we're going to look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead. And like I said, I'm going to try to speed up those breaks a little bit. Instead of going for 7 minutes, we'll just go for 3.5. We'll see how it goes. And then one of the things I want to recommend, just because I know we've got a few brand new channels in the chat, the best success here in Tuber Chat comes from making the first move, reaching out to another creator, doing all the things you wish they would do for you, letting them know that you want to connect, and that starts with a simple conversation, and then they will turn around and do the same thing for you afterwards. Most creators who've been here many times before will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat with good reason. And there's a hint in there, of course, I'm sure a lot of our friends will catch. Because a lot of people want to make a judgment call by watching the different things that everybody says in the chat so that they can decide whether somebody might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before they will connect with them. We are not here for subscriber numbers. I promise you, this is the slowest place to grow. It is possible to meet anywhere from 8 to 10 friends per hour if you have that long to stay here, and we'll be here for more than another couple of hours now. But any faster than that, YouTube just takes all the subscribers away. And I was just watching a live stream with a conversation, I think it was yesterday, where they were talking about, they were saying the subscribers don't matter. Actually, no, it was a part of me. I said I was editing that video yesterday. Rob was talking about that with me in the interview, where he says, like, it's nice to have a lot of subscribers. He goes, but he's not in a race. Like I said, that channel's got close to 50,000 subscribers now, but he's not like, oh, you know, I said you might have 100,000 by the summer. He's like, I don't even want it to go fast. I want to enjoy it, and I'm not worried about the subscribers, because if they're not watching, what's the point, right? So these are just ideas. Galacticness, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And they've been doing a lot of live streaming, actually. Galacticness is on, I don't know if you're on daily, but it feels like it. Tales Told in the Dark is in the house. That's Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. And then Backlash Fisherman, good to see you in the house. He's a long time dear friend. Him and his wife, Coastal Water. We've seen her a lot recently as well. They've been with us pretty much from the beginning also. And then, and there you go. Yeah, Computer Jick Productions. Well put. If we're not enjoying it, then, you know, we all know that YouTube is more work than we thought it was going to be before we started. I'm sure I can speak for everybody when I say that. But if we're not enjoying it, then that's too bad. You know, the journey is the goal for a lot of people, let's say. Rushing Wind Mountain, good to see you in the house. Oh, I see. Okay, Galactic this. Yes, I'm mistaken. Sometimes it seems to me like people are on a little more often than they are, but we do have friends who are on almost daily. Elfish Tanks, good to see you in the house. Forgive me, I can't even remember what on earth I missed from you. I saw that I had a reminder, and I think it was for Saturday, and I don't remember what I was doing. There was some reason why I was either away from the computer or not on, and I missed something that I think you meant to have. I might have just been saying I want to catch you live, because part of me I hadn't. I keep talking about that kind of thing. And then when we look at the screen, we're going to see Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen. So this is a homesteading channel that brings us tips, recipes, how-to, and DIY, as you see from their recently updated banner. They bring us outdoors as well as indoors. There's a lot of recipes on the channel, especially lately. Those are also, for the most part, easy to follow, simple to make, and every time Mike shows up for taste test time and says that the recipes turned out even better than they expected. But there's a lot more on this channel. They have really put a lot of thought and consideration into planning the videos before they make them. That's what I think. From all the videos that I've watched, you can see how much of their content I've caught here. One of my favorite videos on the whole, like out of the Tuber Chat family, is this here. I think PK Adventure Travels, that RV video, I just love what they did. This tiny house video, Mike did that one, but he did a great job. But Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is posting regularly. They've got a new video. I got to put this in my catch-up list. That's brand new. This will be interesting to see because our dear friend Butler Family Farm, Jerry, has now had bees on his farm for, this is year number 3. And I'm sure he'll be interested to see that. I'll be interested to see it just because, you know, we got so many friends that are looking after bees now, whether they're apiarists or just, you know, getting started. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead, Kristen, has got a lot of shorts videos, but all in line with the rest of the long form content. Live streams are occasional over here, and it's been a little while, but Kristen will either take us down by the river or for a fireside chat, and we'll look forward to seeing more of those if they're going to bring some more. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Rushing Wind Mountain, I hope I said hello. It's Our Abundant Life, always good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And then, yeah, when we talk about swapping playlists with each other, one of the recommendations that we've said from the beginning is the idea of making a playlist that has every video that you've got on the channel, literally calling it All I've Got, or, you know, whatever you think of. In Bella's Whisper Farmstead, in her case, she might say all of Bella's Whisper Farmstead, or binge watch Bella's Whisper Farmstead, or something like that. We're going to look at Backlash Fisherman right now because they dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. You'll notice his link was dropped as soon as he did that as well. And then Backlash Fisherman we're going to have a look at here.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Curbside Classics, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then when we look at Backlash Fisherman, we see a first responder. His name is Matt, and his wife's channel is Coastal Water. These creators are a special case because the number one complaint that I've heard from creators in my 8 years now on YouTube is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? And so I think it makes it extra special when we do have friends and family members, in this case a husband and wife couple, that support each other wholeheartedly. They're on each other's channels all the time. They do a lot of similar content, and they share a lot of responsibilities as well. There's a lot of family togetherness on this channel. Backlash Fisherman is working on 1,800 subscribers. Primarily, he's going to bring us fishing in every way that you can. A lot of monster catches on the channel. I'll spoil it by saying that for sure right away. But then we get into shorts videos and more fishing there, but a bit more variety, usually outdoors, of course, and then getting into almost 4,000 and over 6,000 views. Then when we get into live streams, Backlash Fisherman and his wife have similar content here. So they do these things. She calls them car confessions. And they both do this kind of drive along live stream. They bring us about their day. Often they're together, and stories to be told along the way, and just conversation, keeping up with the chat. The conversation can go anywhere. They both do videos called Cooking with Backlash in his case, and Cooking with Coastal in her case, either as videos or live streams especially. And then Backlash Fisherman has done a lot of StreamYard panels. Could be a hobby hangout, or it could just be a conversation introducing us to more friends and creators. So hopefully everybody will connect with Backlash Fisherman. I'm going to put his wife's channel up for a second as well, Coastal Water. And they've both been here with us from the very beginning. They've been with us at least 4.5 years. Coastal Water is working on 1,700 subscribers. We'd love to push her channel a little bit farther. I know she's willing to swap playlists as well. So you can connect with her and then go over there and let her know, and then she'll be happy to swap playlists. Like I said, she's been at this a long time, but I know she's working on that right now. Lots of cooking videos. When we get over to live streams, you see similar content, those car confessions, and sometimes Backlash is with her. There they are together right there. This husband and wife combo share responsibilities in the kitchen, so they both are doing these cooking videos. And then Panda's usually in the background somewhere, especially in the drive along live streams. Then they've got shorts on the channel as well, and these are a lot of variety, either in the kitchen or outdoors with a small bit of adventure. And then 2,500, 3,500, and 10,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Coastal Water and Backlash Fishermen. And thank you, Matt, again for another super chat. They've both done that countless times over the years. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we will get around to spinning the wheel like we just did.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Butler Family Farm. Oh, yeah, that's right. They go live. Forgive me. Yeah, I'm crashing into you today. I don't expect to crash into you again for a while. Like I keep telling everybody, you know, Tuber Chat, we move those days and times around. I probably should have set these about an hour earlier. It probably would have been better off. So after the 5-year anniversary, which is next Saturday, we'll move them up to 4 p.m. And that will barely even touch. We're usually only on Mondays like once every 3 weeks anyway. But the next time it probably won't even, we'll probably raid in. We could probably raid into Butler Family Farm instead of crashing into them. And we talk about this once in a while, but just for the sake of saying it, when it comes to time slots, right? When you start your YouTube journey and you're just within your first 100, 200, maybe even 300 friends, it is easy to set a schedule with each other and say, okay, I'm going to go on Monday and Thursday, and you can go on Tuesday and Friday, or you could say, I'm going to go at 1 o'clock, you go at 2 o'clock, somebody else goes at 3 o'clock, and that kind of thing. But eventually we have too many friends and impossible to skip all those time slots, especially when we have creators that are posting. You know, Scratch and PPA will put out one premiere per week. It's 15 minutes on average, including intro, and that's it. Then you've got, you know, Tuber Chat on for 9 hours of live streams every single week. And then, you know, everywhere in between, some creators are doing even more. We've got one creator, Ben Cyan Games, who streams every single day for anywhere up to 12 hours. So you can imagine it's impossible not to crash each other. But it's all okay, I promise you. There are 50 million channels on YouTube, and I'll bet you 49, you know, million of them or whatever are probably dropping videos here and there. You know what I mean? I'm being ridiculous, but you know what I'm talking about. Jose Fantasticville, good to see you in the house. Vintage Style by Joe, good to see you here. And then Butler Family Farm, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to put your channel up next. And like I said, we always put channels on the screen, super chatters and membership gifters right away. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And yeah, cruising on the high season travel, Rob. They're yeah, he doesn't do 12 hours every day or anything like that, I don't think, but he's on all the time. Ben Cyan Games. He's been on for over 600 days. I think he's approaching 700 days in a row. It will be eventually for sure. And then yeah, Butler Family Farm will be on in another hour. They're on at 6:45 Eastern. And they'll probably wrap up right around the same time as us today. And then I am Betty J Gathers is in the house. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. I'll get her onto the wheel for now. Living Large with El Crew already on the screen here. This is a creator that brings us vlogging in its truest sense. A lot of travel on this channel. And this is a video, I gotta rerun this now. I don't know why this happens all the time lately. This video would have been in that catch-up playlist that I talk about, but I actually watched this video, and then the red line needs to be gone back. They talk about a lot of their travel here. I'm not sure if I understood them quite right, if they keep moving every 3 months maybe. But they do, like I said, vlogging in its truest sense. Always fast-paced, always high-energy videos. This creator is a shuffle dance master. I didn't know that until I swapped playlists with them and caught a lot of their videos, and they really mix things up, as vloggers usually do. 11,000, 12,000, 25,000 on some of these shorts. And then when we look at live streams, we see that this creator is on not quite once a week, but yeah, it's been a while since I've caught them. Living Large with El Crew is a long time dear friend. They've been with us, I don't even remember how long they've been with us. It's at least a couple of years, if I'm not mistaken. And hopefully everybody, takes that as a positive idea, that some of us are going to be friends so long we won't even be able to keep track of how long people have been supporting our channels. And again, you hear that in the stories that I tell while we're here all the time. Legends Gaming 667, good to see you in the house. I think you were here at the beginning of the stream, but I'm just putting your channel on the wheel now. Butler Family Farm dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we'll look at their channel right now, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment or two.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations is also a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, along with moderators. And then, yeah, thank you very much, Legends Gaming 667. And then, yeah, Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. I can't keep track of all of them. Some I remember because we had this, flood that came in within the first 6 months of Tuber Chat. A lot of friends came in together that are still here with us today. And then I've got some friends who were on my personal channel long before Tuber Chat was even a thought. And some of them are still with us today as well. James Money 615, he's one of those creators that's been with us for probably 4.5 years. He's been with us as long as Hilda DC and Mod 6510 models and 2 pineapples and a few others, along with most of our moderators. And then Butler Family Farm, everybody's BFF, on the screen right now. They've got 116 acres on the farm. This is the channel I was talking about the other few minutes ago when I was saying about bees, because they've got bees on the farm. This is the 3rd year now. And Butler Family Farm, as far as I understand, Jerry was looking to expand that too and get some more bees, I think he said. And I think they're building a koi pond, if I'm not mistaken. And then they did a meetup not too long ago, and it's interesting. I just watched that Vegemite video. I didn't even know what it was. I had to look it up, and it sounds like something very different for me. I'm not the kind of person who tries new things very often. I get set in my ways, and I like routine. I'm going to put this meetup video on my catch-up list. I forget how many channels he said were there. I think it was 40, but it could have been 20. Either way. Butler Family Farm, Jerry and Susan head out for those kinds of things all the time. And then this video I just watched, Vegemite, obviously is a product. I think Kraft makes it. Apparently it's Australian, but I'm not sure if that's right or just something that I read. But interesting, and then these guys all did a taste test. So if you want to see true reactions, that's what that is. Butler Family Farm, 116 acres. So they got a lot to show us, both outdoors, indoors. They bring us into the kitchen. They do some cooking and canning type ideas. Jerry's in the shop, woodworking often, and then they're out making tools, using equipment, and making repairs. They show us all that it takes to look after all of this property. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, and dogs. And then, like I said, they head out for a lot of meetups as well, where Jerry and Susan, they share the camera work here, but they introduce us to a lot of friends as well. Shorts over here have gotten into 10,000, 12,000, 52,000 views on one of them. And then live streams on the channel. All of their content melds together. They're, even though there's tons of variety, as a homesteading and farming channel, they have a lot to show us, but it all seems to be within the same ballpark, if you want to put it that way. They've got a live stream coming up, like I said, in about 45 minutes from now. So I got the notification on for that. We set notifications for everything we see, like premieres and live streams, regardless of the start times, whether or not we think we can be there, because we just want to do as much as we can for each other, and every signal of engagement is something that we believe helps, right? You're going to meet a lot of friends over there, because if Jerry and Susan are not by themselves, giving us a live stream, catch up, and a chance to get to know them, they're out at these meetups or doing StreamYard panels. They're always introducing us to people over here. And hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm, see what I'm talking about. They're getting close to 70,000. Jerry's let us know he's using the YouTube promotion system to speed the channel up, and shares information about that with creators as well. So let's think about spinning the wheel. And thank you one more time, Butler Family Farm, for the super chat. Again, absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. They've done that countless times before. And they have a guest tonight, Butler Family Farm. Did you tell us already? I don't think you told us already. I think Jason said he's going to be on Gail's channel on Wednesday. Is that what he said? And then, yeah, you can let us know who's with you today, if you feel like it, or we'll leave it as a surprise, whatever's most appropriate. And then we'll look at Legends Gaming 667.
If I've missed anything in the chat, but he's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then thank you, PK Adventure Travels. That's Ryan then. Legends Gaming 667 is up on the screen right now, and that's interesting. So Butler Family Farm is going to have Gail on their channel tonight. That's our dear friend Gail Southern Living. She's been with us pretty much from the beginning as well, and she's got a few different channels. I've been with her on a couple of her channels. She's made videos specifically to help her friends get the most out of their time here in TuberChat. She literally made 2 different how to use TuberChat videos. She's been an incredible friend and help and supporter, not just here, but to a lot of people. So it'll be great for a lot of people to catch her on Butler Family Farm's channel, and to see Jason with her later on. When we look at Legends Gaming 667, this is another channel I'm still getting to know, fairly new in the TuberChat family. They've got 77 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. We know that it's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. They've got quite a few videos here. Many of these are quite short, but actually perfect to connect with. The last 3 videos are all between 3 and 4 minutes. That's exactly what we're looking for. We want to make sure we watch those videos from beginning to end, leave a meaningful, genuine comment. I'm going to grab the Pokemon video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list, and that'll just give me another piece of content to have watched. And then I'll look at the shorts over here. We see that they've got quite a bit of variety, both indoors and outdoors. And then getting into 1,200 views on one of these, which is great to see. Live streams as well, so they're doing some video gameplay. And Dead Island, I don't know if I've even seen that game before in all the gaming channels that we have and things like that. We have our share, let's say. I'm not sure if I've seen that game. I know Dead by Daylight, but I'm not sure if I know Dead Island. So it'll be interesting to see. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this Dead Island 2. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. What I often do, or always do, is I get this playlist, my catch-up playlist here, right? And it's just a fun name for the playlist. And then what I do is I reorder or rearrange the videos based on how long they are. You could do this on a phone too. What this allows is when I have time to sit there and watch these videos, I'm going to put this one at the end because I'm just going to rerun it. when I have time to sit and watch videos for an hour, I can get a lot of videos watched, sometimes 20 or even more, because all the 3, 4, and 5 minute ones are at the beginning. And then when it comes to live stream replays and things like that, I just let them run at the end. As you can imagine, like I'm going to do Living Large with Crew. I watched that video, but for whatever reason, the red line went back, so I'll just rerun it, make sure they get credit for the watch minutes, and I'll let it run at the end of the playlist. But that's just another tip, and I've talked about that many times. Oh, and then thank you, Butler Family Farm. Yeah, that's okay. Even I know I forget all the time, but even if it comes up, I'll know that we looked at the channel. But thank you again for that super chat, Jerry. And then Canadian Family Life is coming up. Let's see what they've got going on. They're in New Brunswick.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Dead Island, a lot of fun. I don't make enough time to play. I wish I would. I'm old enough to remember. I never had an Atari, but I remember when the original Nintendo and Sega came out. It was the first console I bought for myself. Actually, I was so happy and proud and everything else, and I, used that as much as anybody would expect. But over the years, I just haven't been playing. I bought an Xbox last year thinking I would be doing live streams and haven't, but Grand Theft Auto is always my game of choice. I'm looking so forward to Grand Theft Auto 6, and then Canadian Family Life we're going to talk about in a second, and then we do have a lot of different channels in here. So basically this started as an idea. It's not my idea. There was hundreds if not thousands of grow channels when I started this 5 years ago. But lots of creators let each other connect with each other as well, regardless of their niche. So in here, for instance, I would have never guessed that lottery ticket scratching would be as popular as it is because I don't scratch, pardon me, a lot of lottery tickets. And then obviously there's going to be travel and cooking and even crochet and sewing, and I can't tell you how many makeup tutorials I've watched over the years and things like that. But literally channels of every kind have come through. We've got some one-of-a-kind channels, Lego channels, we got all kinds. So hopefully you enjoy that as well with the new friends you're making today. NDG Live, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And forgive me if I, NDG Live, do you have more than one channel? I'm just curious because I feel like I recognize the avatar, unless it's just from this channel. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Spectrum 128K, I wonder if I remember that. I went through a lot of consoles because I started working at a very young age, but Nintendo came out, I don't know if I was 12, 13, or 14 years old. I bought one when I was 15. I took a first full-time job just for the summer, landscaping. I was basically following the landscapers, cutting lawns and pushing a lawnmower around, and I disliked it extremely. But boy, did I love the full-time money at 15 years old, right? That was a real job, let's just say. And I ended up with a lot of different consoles over my teenage years until I got into music, and then I left it all alone. Canadian Family Life up here is from New Brunswick, and there's a lot of family togetherness on this channel as well. Her husband Chris is there. He's got his own channel called Chris's Creation Fun. I will leave that up to you to go and look for. He does solar equipment, 3D printing, and a lot of do-it-yourself videos, including working on the container garden that I talk about all the time. That's in some of the thumbnails here. Canadian Family Life is known for bringing us food bank grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos, including challenges between husband and wife, a lot of Happy Meal videos, and shout outs for other creators. And then there's that container garden that I talk about all the time. Over Vlogmas, they even expanded the content. They did a lot of different crafty type things and some more cooking and baking. And when we get into shorts videos, we see that this channel has brought us 2,500, 27, 2,800, even 5,600 with some more winter weather there, of course, and then live streams on the channel. So Canadian Family Life is usually on every month or two. We'll probably be expecting another live stream shortly. And this creator is one of the fastest growing channels in the Superchat family. They got their first 3,000 within the first barely over a year of being here, which is really, really cool. And there Chris is right beside her. Yes, if you can catch Canadian Family Life, especially for a live stream, you might see that the family's hopping in and out all the time. I bring it every day. That's Kelly. She's been a friend of ours for what I think is 4.5 years as well. It's great to see you in the house. Oh, what did you show me the other day? Was it a vinyl record? I forget if it was a vinyl record. Well, I was in there, and she was talking, and she was like, oh, Kev, I wanted to show you something. Because I always chase vinyl records. I Bring It Every Day is literally on every day. I don't know if she's ever missed a day in the entire time I've known her. And she's got StreamYard panels and fiber arts and fiber crafts and things like that. And she often goes out to, is it flea markets? Or flea markets and sales like that, and I'm always looking at vinyl records over there. And then Music Fest fam, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know Together We Travel came in. Yeah, good to see you here. I'm happy to share. I try to mix those up. Everything that's done on this channel is not always just members and super chatters. I try to help, and our moderators and give a little bit of favor, but I try to make sure that everybody gets a little bit of something. And I'll show you an example of what on earth I'm talking about. So I use Streamlabs Desktop for our live streams here. We started with StreamYard, and then years ago we started Streamlabs. It doesn't matter, you don't have to use Streamlabs Desktop, but on the website for Streamlabs, they have this system here with the ChatBot that's got a loyalty system, and it keeps track of how active everybody is. It's some kind of an arbitrary calculation that I can't figure out between engagement as well as time spent. It's not just how long you're here, but how much you're engaged in the chat. And I keep stats for every single live stream from the very beginning. I was on YouTube for a couple years before starting Superchat, so I had a bit of practice and knew about a lot of these things. And this means nobody ever gets forgotten, right? I don't want anybody to ever feel forgotten. Let's just say we haven't seen somebody in a little while. But this is a guarantee that you will never forget people who supported you, especially in the beginning. That's something that I try to remember almost daily, at least for a split second, is to say, don't forget the people who got you where you are. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about life in general. You know what I mean? And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I feel like I just missed something as well. If anybody has anything specifically that they want to make sure I see, just please mention it with 3 thumbs up. And then that list is automatic. It's okay to be a transgender. That list, actually, I'm going to take a name from that list right now. Some of you might have seen Cruz Bolero is going to be put onto the wheel. I'll show you what I mean. Cruz Bolero is going to be put onto the wheel. So you see Scratch and PPA, of course, up at the top. Crafty Witch 232, PK Adventure Travels, Butler Family Farm. All the usual suspects are there. But over the course of the 3 hours, I try to add names occasionally. So usually at least once every 45 minutes or hour, something like that. And then when we get towards the later part of the stream, it usually starts to slow down a bit and I can get to more channels. But I'll do that occasionally. So, it's not just Super Chatters, memberships, and moderators that are on the wheel, let's just say. Wheats Art, good to see you here. And Hot Damn, Elaine's Crafting, good to see you in the house. Oh, I feel like somebody just mentioned something that they wanted me to see and I missed it, so forgive me for that. And Home Bartending with John. This is a creator I hope everybody sticks around for, because we're going to go for 3.5 minutes for a break right now. When we come back, he's got 2 different one-of-a-kind channels in the Tuber Chat family. So that's an example of what I was talking about earlier. Channels literally of all kinds. So let's go for a break. We'll make this one a little bit longer, but I'm going to play a clip right before we do that from our interview series. And this is the first clip ever from the first interview ever. There's 4 episodes up right now. I'm editing the next 2. And these are listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the channel. They're extremely informative because the creators who I featured have been friends of ours for a long, long time. So it's really a friendly conversation, but I asked their opinion without adding a lot of my own because we get to hear from me every day. And I wanted to see what they had to say. They're still going through all the things we are. The only difference is they've already passed their 10,000 subscribers.
We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, what I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that. Instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at Home Bartending with John. This creator's got two different one-of-a-kind channels. That's how I've been describing them for a very long time. They've been with us for years as well. And Home Bartending with John has got a channel we know very well. What he does is teaches us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar set up quite as elaborate as what he's got here, but he shows us what it takes to keep his bar replenished and shows us the tools we might need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails. When he makes his recipes, he often makes them with 3 variations, so that we can make the different drinks in different ways, and whether it's cultural difference, geographics, or pop culture references, the idea shaken not stirred is a perfect example of how somebody might put a twist on their favorite cocktail. He takes requests on the channel as well. He's done at least 2 for me already, for which I'm grateful. And he does a lot of product reviews, so these obviously are going to give us a chance to see whether we might like something before we go and spend money on it trying it. And he will do comparisons as well between beers, liquors, liqueurs, and he'll mix up collections of cocktails like non-alcoholic mocktails or low-calorie cocktails. And Home Bartending with John has got some shorts over here as well that have gotten into 1,600, 2,800, 9,400 views. That one's still getting views. And then live streams are an idea from the past. He's been on lots of StreamYard panels with a lot of familiar faces there. And then The Pipe Guy is a second channel that he's got. And when we have to type this either all one word, he's working on his first 100 subscribers here, or use that as a handle. So the handle is exactly the same, but I'll just drop the link for right now. He has been a silver member for as long as I can remember as well, literally years, which means we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. And then Home Bartending with John has got this second channel that brings us industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art. And I hadn't seen anything like this before, but he's got a Star Wars themed video to get us started with as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with The Pipe Guy, work on the first 70 subscribers on the way towards the first 100. Like I said, that's a second one-of-a-kind channel from Home Bartending with John. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes, good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And when we spin the wheel, we're going to see who's next. I cleared a couple names off of the wheel, so any members or moderators, as long as you're active in the chat, I'll get you right back on there.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
I hope I said hello to Rushing Wind Mountain. Ruby, I know you've been here for a while. And then this creator actually has 2 different channels. I forgot a couple of times. They're not new in Tuber Chat. They've been here, I don't know if it's 10 or probably closer to 10 times than 20, let's just say. So I'm getting to know the channel. As we can imagine, on Nancy Perrin Ministry, she's going to bring a lot of spiritual inspiration. We'll look at that channel in a moment, but here, the Perrin Family USA is going to bring us more variety. They've got introductions to everybody in the About section. And then their homeschool journey is where they're focusing, as well as the benefits of that. And then I'm sure they've expanded into a lot more content here. Now, I'm still getting to know the content. Here's another video I got to rerun. The red line, again, is not all the way across. And then they've got a anniversary video, which is cool to see. I will take that video and put that into my catch-up list as well for something else to watch. They've got shorts over here that have gotten into 587 views, one at 1,600, which is great to see. and then live streams on the channel as well. And I caught them the other day. They seem to be doing these occasionally on this channel, but let's have a look at Nancy Perrin Ministries and see what the content looks like over there. I think they're live more often over there, if I'm not mistaken. 1,200 subscribers over here, and they're going to bring prayer worship and more spiritual inspiration. They're posting fairly frequently, so they got videos at least once a month. And then shorts over here have gotten into almost 700 views, one over 1,300. And then when we get into live streams on this channel, then yeah, here we go. They're on almost weekly, every week or other week, let's just say. And then they'll give us more information on their about section. And then, like I said, spiritual inspiration from Nancy Perrin Ministries. And yeah, she's been with us for many months now. I don't think it's been a year, but I think it's been at least 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. I hope, we're all friends here. I hope everybody is forgiving and patient when I make mistakes, because I've done it before where I've said, like, Canadian Family Life, I thought had been with us for like 6 months or something. She's like, no, it's only been 3 months. But so supportive to other creators that I guess it just felt that way. I run into Canadian Family Life all the time. Here's another creator and moderator who's been with us pretty much from the beginning.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Michael's Adventures is up on the screen. When we talk about the idea of growth in channels coming here, just being here doesn't grow channels at all. Nobody's going to get like tons of subscribers and things like that. That's not how this one works. There's many out there where it's a grow channel and, people can fire off subscribers and things like that. But here we're focused on the friendships that are made behind or between creators. So the idea is that the friends that you'll make here are all like-minded. We believe in giving much more to others than we expect to receive ourselves. And it's not that I'm overly religious or anything like that, but I absolutely believe that that's true. And in the stories that you hear me tell about lots of our friends, you'll get an idea of how supportive everybody is to each other. One of my favorite things about YouTube is seeing the friendships that start to flourish between creators, literally when we're in each other's premieres and live streams, even this one here, but many others. And you start to see the conversations between people, understanding that there's true friendship there, and some of the inside jokes start to come around. Lots of creators meet up either in real life or hang out with each other all the time online, and I'm always happy to see that kind of thing. But it's the strong and solid foundation that gets channels going, because when you make a friend and trade favors especially, you're going to find yourself favoring those creators and being favored by them. So when you are coming out with content, it's not about today. It's not about somebody's going to watch my videos and run my playlist and subscribe to me and I met 5 people today. That's great. But the idea is that those friends will now be there for all that you're going to come out with, and they'll catch most of it, especially in the early part of your YouTube journey. And like I keep saying, there's lots of friends who will be with you for years after. So that goes for everybody, of course. Michael's Adventures up on the screen right now is a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's been with us, like I said, from the beginning. This creator posts every day, every single day. I don't know how long it may have been since he's ever missed, if at all, because he puts out premieres. And these come out, he sets them up months in advance. If you dig through the channel, you see all the notifications I've got on. He's got almost a month worth of videos ready to go all the time. Sometimes he gets way ahead. He brings nature and wildlife videos and a lot of trail cam type footage where we get raccoons, deer, foxes, opossums, bird watching. And then lately he's been taking us for a lot more of these walk and talk videos. And these can be really popular because it's like, for lack of a better term, a form of vlogging, let's just say. Lots of people enjoy the look around, other people's areas, places they may not get to visit, things like that. And a lot of people who have visited, it doesn't have to be meant to be travel content, but a lot of people will go back back and look at the places that they have visited to see how they've changed and things like that. I do that too. And Michael's Adventures might do a little bit more variety, stories to be told whenever he's doing the outdoor walks. He might play a slot game on a tablet or a phone. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that this creator's gotten into some lottery ticket scratching, some more outdoor footage, and then that slot game here has got him into 6,300 views on this one. Now keep in mind, he's got over 4,100, over 4,000 videos on his channel, and that's from literally posting every day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. So right after Tuber Chat today, in another hour and a half, we're going to get a better look at his channel, because he's going to drop a premiere, one of these half-hour ones, where we're going to get to continue connecting the way we are here. Most of our friends will allow that, but all of our moderators will allow it for sure. And then we'll be able to continue connecting while we watch another video from him. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel ready to go.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Now, when we look at this fellow Canadian's channel, we see Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. The creator's name is Rob, and when he is not traveling far away, he's still reviewing a lot of especially restaurants in his area. I recognize almost everything I see here because he's only a few hours away from me as well. So I know all of these restaurants, like Pizza is probably Canada's biggest pizza chain. I learned a lot in a marketing class that I took back in high school. It's like my favorite class ever. I feel like I remember everything from that. But if I remember right, I think it was the owner of Pizza at the time. And we're talking, dare I say, 35 years ago, right? But this guy told us about a lot of the promotions that led to Pizza being our biggest franchise. So our American friends may not recognize that quite the same. They literally put Maple Leafs in their logo there. But there's a lot others that you might, like Burger King, Wendy's, and things like that, of course. So Rob will review a lot of the new types of sandwiches and things. Actually, he inspired me to do one the other day. These here, the Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. So they make these things. They don't look quite like they do in this video right here, because I'm not sure if that's an AI video or if that's their photo of the Crazy Puffs, because it's a little bit different than that. But they look like butter tarts, and I know that's another apparently Canadian thing, but if you've ever seen these little like tart ideas, and it's like a pizza tart, it's like out of control. So I was craving pizza. All I needed was like one bite of one of those things, and it satisfied it right away. But this is the kind of thing that Rob's doing, and you can see all the different types of places that he goes to, and then he travels and heads on a cruise ship when he can. He's got lots of shorts on the channel as well, 1,800, 2,400 on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. He gets involved in a lot of StreamYard panels with other creators, and he really is a part of the he's a real contributor in the cruising and travel community. And for a few years there, around 2019 and 20, it started, we weren't able to have a lot of travel content and cruising content. So a couple of years ago, it started to really pick up, and there is a vibrant cruising community and travel community now, and it works out to be a big part of the Tuber Chat family, let's just say.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Thank you, Crafty Witch 232. And then, oh, you don't have Pizza Canadian Family Life? I'm truly shocked to hear that. And then, oh, no, yes, okay, pardon me. Yes, the garlic dipping sauce forgive me. Yeah, I wondered about that for a second. Scratch and PPA, another fellow Canadian, is up on the screen right now. And what this creator does is actually puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. So he will pit 2 lottery tickets against each other and give us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And Scratch and PPA posts with perfect consistency. So you can see he's got a premiere set up here. That's for Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He has posted that day and time for over 4 years without fail. And that is what you call consistency. And when you're in his premieres, you're going to see a combination of what that consistency has done and the support that he gives to others. He's very well known as an incredible supporter to a lot of people. Most people who have already connected with him will say he's one of their most supportive creators. And then that results in a flood of support that comes back to him whenever he drops these premieres. So if you can catch us for one of these, you're going to meet new friends, first of all, because all of our moderators not only allow it, but promote it. But then secondly, it is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of as well. Nancy Perrin Ministries, thank you so much for a gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We just looked at that channel. Otherwise, we would have put it up. We always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. But that's an incredibly generous thing to have done. Jessie Journals and Unboxes has been a dear friend of ours for years as well. So she'll be happy to have that membership. I've already got her on the wheel. So thank you for that. And then actually, what I can tell everybody, I figured this would happen. I wasn't thinking when I set these streams up about the holidays, because I set them up like over 2 weeks ago. But then when we figured out it was going to fall on Good Friday and Easter Monday, I said, okay, we'll just leave them where they are. But I've moved the times around for a couple of live streams. What that means today is that we're probably going to get to more channels than we usually do, because we still got an hour and a half to go. A lot of people are having Easter dinner on Monday. A lot of people doing family gatherings and things like that. So it's expected. Blessed Crochet is still in the house. Did I not have your channel on the wheel? I remove names from the wheel occasionally if I haven't seen somebody for a while when we go on those breaks. But I'll always put members and moderators back onto the wheel when I see them in the chat. So when we look at Scratch and PPA, we see that this creator, as well as his consistency, has got presentation at the forefront of his mind as well. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, and those give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series as well. I see I Bring It Every Day is on there. I think that's Geo, and I see Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More as well lately. And that's a hint for everybody. And then his banners updated every single week, if you can imagine that. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production, over 4.5 years ago. And then we know he's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Last year, he expanded the content on his channel when he took a trip to Italy. And he brought us a lot of vlogging-style shorts videos and a lot of Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen. And then live streams on the channel as well. I was lucky to have been there for his very first live stream. I know a lot of people will be excited that he's expanded his content, and then we'll be looking forward to more from Scratch and PPA. For now, we'll make sure we've got that notification set for Tuesday's premiere, and then we'll hopefully see a lot of our friends over there as well. And then Crystal Dragon, Rita House of Creations, is still with us. Let me just make sure your channel's on the wheel. And Jessie Journals and Unboxes is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Knit, Pearl, and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson. good to see you here. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes is posting at least once a week. Sometimes she posts 2 or 3 times, but most often she drops a premiere every Sunday with consistency at 3 p.m. Eastern. This creator has on her channel unboxed just about anything that you can unbox. A lot of subscription services like the latest one here, but she gets into everything from jewelry to bath and beauty products to stationery and other crafting supplies. Snacks are even in there. And when we dig through her channel, she often shows us now a lot of the things she makes with a lot of the crafting supplies, particularly collages and journals. And then when we look at shorts videos on the channel, we see that she features a lot of the products that she's found in the unboxing videos: stationery, bath and beauty products, jewelry, crafting supplies, snacks, and just about everything that can be unboxed, let's just say. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes is usually live every month or two. We'll probably be expecting one not too long from now because it's been a little while. But this creator also is working on 2,400 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And much like I mentioned about Hilda DC earlier today, these are creators that don't have to have a schedule. They can literally go live or drop a premiere whenever they want to, and they will have a flood of support in their chat because they're so supportive to other creators. So even though it's been many months since Jesse Journals and Unboxes has been on, my bet is that when she goes live next time, she'll have a flood right away again in her chat. People will be excited and happy to have her back, let's just say, because she supports so well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jesse Journals and Unboxes. She's been with us for years as well. Almost 2,400 subscribers, or at least halfway on the road right now. We'd love to push her towards that milestone. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. So since she's over 2,300 and now 2,350, she's halfway on the road to 24. So we'd love to get her towards that milestone, like I said. Knit Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson, thank you so much for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She's done that before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. You'll notice her link was dropped there as well. And we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. It's not going to be too long before I'm going to have to add some names to the wheel, but we'll see. And so it looks like the gifted memberships can go to any channel who's ever been on this channel, or whatever channel you're on when you're seeing those kind of things happen. It won't go to any channel that's never been there before, not that I've seen, but we have seen people gift a membership and then it comes to themselves, because you don't have to be a member to gift a membership, right? And then we've seen it go to people who've been here years, and we've seen it to people who've been here for half an hour for the very first time. There's really no way to know. YouTube just distributes them itself, so it's done automatically through the algorithm, but really interesting as well. And then Rambling with the Brooms, good to see you in the house. I was going to message you today and see if you were going live. For some reason, I thought it was Friday. I don't know how I could be that far off, but that is absolutely true. I am still not quite settled into my lifestyle being home all the time, or most of the time. So days are starting to blend into each other, I think. And then, yeah, Mel Runs Things can gift a membership. It'll go right to the same person that gifted it. But so anything's possible, but I haven't yet heard or seen a gifted membership go to somebody who's never been on a channel before, if that makes any sense. And then Knit Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson is coming up. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this channel in a moment, but what we're going to do is go on a break first, and right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from that interview series. And again, these are informative videos. The conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. All of the people who have been featured are longtime friends of ours, literally being with us for years, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. This is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had I think about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of
There you go.
You know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here. And you've doubled that number. You're still growing now, so
it's very slow growth. Because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour, down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back. And now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back. But I needed the break. I really did. You know. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But, you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely.
Improving over time.
Improvement is it. And also it's good, it's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure.
All right, we're just about back and looking at Knit, Pearl, and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson. I was just going through a bunch of her thumbnails here. You see some of the different things that she's done. Where's the one that I just saw? Meet Up with Pam's got a roll over there, and then hers rolls over pretty well. Sometimes when I put channels on the screen here, they don't do that quite the same, but you get an idea. We're getting a chance to get to know Granny D. Thompson. She's always working on something, obviously a dynamic creator. And she's been a friend of ours for years now, working on 7,700 subscribers, which is great to see. A little bit of information on our About section, and then shorts on the channel with some winter weather. I like mentioning that. And these have gotten into 1,200, 1,400 views on a couple of them, which is great to see. A little bit of variety in the shorts videos, but a lot of creators are doing that regardless of category or niche on their channel, bringing pure variety into the shorts videos, and that can draw in a lot of subscribers. Then when we look at the live streams, we see that it's been a long time, but we'll see if she's going to bring some more live streams. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And we know that she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So, my dear goodness, did that sun come through the window while we were on that break? It just happened to go right over the building beside us, and it's just beat me right in the face now. And I know it looks ridiculous, but I'm not going to change the camera now. Cruz Bolero's coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Intrepids, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then when we look at Robert Mac Media, we see a friend that came over from my personal channel actually several years ago as well. And then forgive me, did I make a mistake here? Oh yeah, because I looked at the popular tab. I'm sorry. Knit, Pearl, and Squirrel. I'm not even looking at what I'm doing here. Yeah, she's live a few days a week. Usually 4 times a week, so could be StreamYard panels. We see familiar faces on there. Yeah, I hit the popular tab when I was looking at the live streams and confused myself there for no reason. So thank you again, Knit, Pearl, and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done that before, like I said, many times. And then Cali King 916, good to see you in the house. And Cruz Bolero's up on the screen right now. So I'm going to grab another video from them as well. They just did an April 1st. Happy Easter. Happy Spring. They got a few things going on with a simple message there. When we dig through the channel, we get a great chance to get to know this creator. Sometimes they're taking us out on almost travel-like adventures. There we go. Yeah, lots of travel. And then shorts on the channel as well. These have started and gotten now into over 400 views, over 500 on one of them, which is great to see, and then live streams as well. They've done a couple of these over the last month. We'll see if they're going to continue, and we've got notification bells on for every single channel, so we should be able to catch them if they do. They're working on 500 subscribers now. We know that's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then Knights KO, Ghostly Winds, good to see you in the house. That is the creator from Australia who is responsible for naming my catch-up playlist that I keep talking about. And It's Me Alec is an incredibly enthusiastic creator. And thank you. Yeah, things like super chats and memberships here are absolutely unnecessary. Appreciated when they do happen, but I don't want anybody to feel obligated. We keep everything open to everyone. As a matter of fact, I'm behind in getting another channel onto the wheel, so I'll do that right this second while we get Rambling with the Brooms ready to go.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Driving Daily, where did I miss you? Did you come in at the end of our last live stream and I missed you? Or did I miss you in somebody else's thing? I can't remember for the life of me. Driving Daily is out supporting creators all the time and here with us for just about every stream as well. And then Rambling with the Brooms is up on the screen right now. They got over 4,300 subscribers. This is another fellow Canadian, a little bit closer to our nation's capital, so a few hours away from me, but I did get the chance to meet up with him. When we look at Rambling with the Brooms, we see a homesteading channel, but again, coming from Canada, so we get some of that winter weather mixed in. He'll occasionally do some travel. He brings us into his home and gives us a chance to get to know him. Heads out for a lot of meetups with other creators as well. And then he could be making syrup in the Sugar Shack as well. He makes the world-famous Canadian maple syrup as well. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see they've gotten into 3,000, 3,100, 7,800 views. And then when we look at live streams, we see that he's live every Thursday and Friday. I missed you last week. He does Procrastination Thursdays and Primetime Fridays, but he also might be out on the road. So this creator does all the different kinds of live streaming. He could be out streaming literally outdoors. He could be in his home giving us a chance to get to know him. He might do StreamYard panels. I mean, he might take us for a drive. He does a lot of travel, and he's actually got a travel channel coming now, Travel Escapes with the Brooms, and he's a beloved and dedicated moderator here as well, by the way. He has got a project coming up with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. It's hard to believe it's already been a year, and we're coming up on the time in just a few more months here. But they're going to take a cruise from Seattle to Alaska for a week. And they're trying to book 100 rooms worth of creators and supporters, and we'll see how they do with that. But there's lots of information on both of their channels. Travel Escapes with the Brooms will likely bring a lot of content, I'm imagining, from that cruise, maybe a bit before that as well. 334 subscribers already, and he's got a couple of videos and a handful of shorts here for us to start out with. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. Coastal Water, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. We looked at her channel earlier today because her husband, Backlash Fisherman, was here at the beginning of the stream just over an hour ago as well. And they've both been friends of ours for literally beyond 4 years now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
New Horizons Above and Beyond. We'll have a look at this channel right now. And this is another creator who's with us just about every day. For argument's sake, I'd almost say they bring us a lot of homesteading style content, a lot of outdoor content for sure. Sometimes they take us shopping as well. I'm just going to grab their latest farmers market video. I'll put that into my catch-up list, and that was the playlist named by Ghostly Winds, Knights KO, who might still be in the chat. They pop in from Australia. It's tough for some of our friends around the world because, you know, the different time zones prevent us from catching each other. Knights KO might be 12 hours off from us, might be just starting their day, starting their tomorrow to me. And then New Horizons Above and Beyond, they've actually put out quite a bit of content this week, which is great to see. And I've got your latest video on my catch-up list there. When we look at shorts on the channel, these have started to do really well. 1,600, 2,000 on one of them, and then live streams on the channel as well. They just did one as an experiment, but they let me know they've actually got some more live streams coming up. So we'll look forward to those. And then I'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's going to be next.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Crystal Dragon, Rita House of Creations is another channel that I'm still getting to know. But let's see what they've got going on for content right now. When we look at Crystal Dragon, Rita House of Creations, we see 116 subscribers right now, so we'd like to push them towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. They say they created their channel to share crafts, and then they can range in anything from paper to fabric or even the craft of making food. Absolutely true. Kristen actually did something yesterday. Most of you know Kristen Welton, where we live together in Niagara Falls, Canada. We've been together like 9 years now. But just yesterday, she just felt like making cake pops, and with Oreo cookies and all this, a delicious treat. Definitely crafty in the middle of everything else. Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations has got videos here where they're bringing us all their different crafty things. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'll put that into my catch-up list. It'll give me another piece of content to watch as I get to know the content a little bit more. And then thank you, Knit Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson. And Bannon and Forgotten Whales, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Let me get you onto the wheel. We're moving faster than we usually do. We're going to get to more channels in the next hour than we usually can, which is great. And then Michael's Adventures has a premiere, so we can keep connecting for at least another half hour. And then, yes, I'm in Niagara Falls, Canada, literally almost right beside the border. Crystal Dragon, Rita House of Creations. Some shorts on this channel have gotten into 500 and 800 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They've done a few of these, and we will look forward to hopefully catching them if they're going to continue. It looks like they are. They've done a couple this week, and then we've got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. So let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who is coming up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Crafty Witch 232 is coming up now. My other's Keeper. I just put you back on the wheel. I thought you left earlier, but I've got you on there now. KNRP Kim Polton, good to see you here. Reason the reply box is low on the screen. Maybe just refreshing will help, whether you're on a phone or on a browser. Because it should be, everything's as it always is. It should be okay. Follow the Bradley's Fun is in the house. They do a great job with live streams. That's like the definition of a dynamic creator right there. And then thank you, Health Dishes. Yeah, 7 p.m. for us here in the Eastern time zone. But like I said, every channel, all of us have friends all over the world. So it's interesting to see all the different times that people have for themselves. Now, Crafty Witch 232 is somebody who came into the Tuber Chat family just blazing with generosity and support both here and for others. And I literally run into them every day supporting other creators. They're here with us for every stream, for which I'm grateful. I know not everybody can be. I appreciate every moment, of course. And when we look at the content here, we see a mix, especially on the front page, of crochet and 3D printing together. They're starting to get into collaborations with other creators as well, so keep an eye on that. They got shorts on the channel and a lot of pop culture references here, but you can see that they've done well with some of the things that they've made, getting into 10,000 and 13,000 views. Then live streams on the channel as well, and they're live frequently. And this is kind of what I was saying about how is it possible I can catch some creators so frequently and some not as much. And it looks like I'm not even catching Crafty Witch 232 all the time either, but they're going live almost every day. Sometimes more than once a day by the look of it. They're mixing in a little bit of video gameplay, but it's mostly crocheting and making different things. And it's interesting to watch that. It's interesting to see the things come together. But they do a great job of keeping up with the chat as well, and they invite people to meet each other while we're there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crafty Witch 232. They're officially on the road to 1K, and they're moving 939 subscribers, so we love to push them a little bit closer. We know that 1,000 is an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go for a break right now for 3.5 minutes, but we'll make this a quick one, and then we'll come right back. We'll look at I Am Betty J Gathers. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at I Am Betty J Gathers, a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. And then I added a couple of names, Fever Dream Animation, and It's Okay to Be a Transgender, which is a brand new channel for us. And then we'll move as quickly as we can, but we still got a long way to go, another 45 minutes before Michael's Adventures drops his premiere. We get an extra half hour to connect with each other when he does that. All of our moderators, including I Am Betty J Gathers, will not only allow people to connect in their live streams, but they'll encourage it, actually. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And It's Okay to Be a Transgender asks, what's the most we've had in the chat for a live stream before in the average? I don't know if we ever hit 60, but 50 we've been doing, we were doing for a couple weeks there. Today's a holiday for a lot of people, so it throws everybody off of their routine and this and that. So I'll use that as our excuse for things being a little bit slower today. I would say average is anywhere from 40 to close to 50, let's just say. But we're usually on for 3 hours as well. So people know, like, if they see it on, they don't have to rush. You know, you can check, like, how long has Superchat been on. And I appreciate every moment everybody can be here. You know, I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours. We're on 3 days a week. And we mix up the days and times as well. I try to post the streams on the front page so everybody can see them. And then we do a bit of social media posting, like on X and Facebook and Reddit and this and that. I Am Betty J Gathers, up on the screen right now, is living her best life over 60. This creator brings us healthy eating, healthy living, and is truly a dynamic creator. In her latest series of videos, she was doing a lot of vlogging, literally bringing us into her home, taking us out on the road. She might take us shopping or to give us stories, let us know what's going on with her, particularly or personally. And then when we look at I Am Betty J Gathers, first of all, we know this creator's been with us from the beginning, literally for over 4.5 years now, and she's probably responsible for us getting hundreds of thumbs up in our live streams because of her energetic and friendly reminders. And then thank you, Blessed to Crochet. When we look at I Am Betty J Gathers, we see shorts on the channel as well. These feature a lot of variety, but this creator, if you can believe it, last year literally did 365 shorts videos. And she keeps a few of those going right now. Some of the latest ones have got 13,000, 15,000 views, but she has plenty, over 8,000, 9,000, and 10,000 views, literally of her. And it's not as common, at least in the Superchat family, that we see that. So she's definitely accomplishing something over there. She'll talk about healthy eating, healthy living, intermittent fasting, and the conversation can go anywhere once she starts with a live stream. But she's done a ton of interviews as well. She was actually challenged over the Christmas season by Crystal Sparkle here to do the 12 days of interviews, which she did. I was a part of that. I'm grateful she asked. But you'll see a lot of other familiar faces there and be introduced to some new friends as well. When we had our conversation, we were talking about our friendship and our YouTube journeys and moderators. A lot of people know I probably take that almost too seriously, but definitely very seriously. But we talked about that for a long time. And I hope everybody will watch that replay. When we look at I Am Betty J Gathers, she's working on 2,900 subscribers, and she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her when we get there, including super chats and memberships, of course. And then we'll spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen right now. This is another creator who's with us for just about every stream. The focus of the channel is connection between creators, so you'll meet a lot of friends there as well. And they've been involved in a lot of different interviews, as a matter of fact. They have interviewed on their channel, and they've been interviewed on other channels. Videos lately have been a lot of spiritual inspiration. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. And then shorts on this channel as well have gotten into 10,000 views on a couple of these and beyond. These creators often smiling and definitely a dynamic creator, but there's variety in their shorts videos like there are with most creators here, and then live streams on their channel as well. So they're live frequently. I'm not sure if it's quite daily, but it almost feels like it sometimes, usually a few times a week, which is great to see. And like I said, they've collaborated with other creators. Sometimes they're indoors, sometimes they're outdoors, and hopefully everybody well connected. Blessed to Crochet, get some of her support coming back to you as well. And she's working on 1,600 subscribers, so we'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. I should take this live stream update. I'll put this into my catch-up list and have a look at what you've got to say there. And then Hobbytown Chili and Koi is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Hobbytown Chili and Koi is in the house. I'm going to get a few names onto the wheel right now. I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I'm sure it's okay. So we'll get Foodies Vacations on there. We'll get Driving Daily on there. And we'll get Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life, which is the same creator behind Dreamland Soundscapes. And then we'll see where we are from there. We still got a long way to go, like I said today, another 40 minutes or so. When we get closer, I'll start dropping the link for Michael's Adventures channel so we can go over to the premiere he's got coming up. So Hobbytown Chili and Koi is here. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I know it's very short, but I'm going to put that in my catch-up list right now. I'm still learning about different types of fish and koi, but we got a few koi channels now. And then we've got a few friends that are either starting koi ponds. I forgot I actually had, a few years ago, I had removed one from somebody's backyard, part of the outdoor work I was doing with somebody else, where literally a concrete koi pond, and we had to demolish that thing, and wow, what a job. It took a week, I think. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 580, 636, 3,800 on one of these, which is great to see. So we'll likely learn a bit from those as well. And then live streams on the channel also. So up to a month ago, they've been doing these approximately once every month or two. So we'll look forward to seeing if they're going to do any more. What did I catch you for the other day? Was it just a video that I commented on? Maybe this is from 4 months ago. Did I comment on a video, or did I catch you live for one that's not there right now? I'm just curious. I can't remember for the life of me. When we look at this channel, we see they're working on their first 100 subscribers. We would love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone, because we know it's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. And then Driving Daily is coming up. This is a creator that's been with us a long while now. I don't think Driving Daily's been with us for 2 years yet, but it's definitely long over a year. Has to be. And this creator... we'll talk about his content in a second.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And Driving Daily, this might be an unpopular opinion. I'm going to take this video and see what you had to say there. I don't say anything on this channel, but I have my own opinions. I love hearing people's opinions. I actually do like hearing both sides when it comes to different things, because if we don't listen to more than one thing, you know, we have to read between the lines and make up our own mind about everything anyway. but we gotta get as much as we can. And it's interesting to hear what people like truly have to say, not just what we're told, let's just say, if that makes any sense from the media and everything else. So Driving Daily is working on 1,500 subscribers, so definitely growing well. This creator will often give us a lot of either stories or opinions. This channel was noticed as soon as they came into the Superchat family because of a lot of the drifting videos, and once in a while they do something a little bit different, like take us to a this is an empty grocery store. I would have said an abandoned location, but something a little bit different there. They've got a small collection of cars, and they apparently do their own repairs as well, which I think is really cool. And then because I can't, I've done the tiniest bit of repair. I don't even know if I could do it now. I haven't done anything on a car in a long time. But when I was much younger, when I had my first vehicle, I forget how old I was, 20, 21, something like that, my father would force me to do my own stuff. So I blew a rad, and he's like, well, you're going to buy a rad and you're going to fix it. And in school, I took an auto shop class. I don't know what grade that was, 9, 10, or 11, whatever. I'm so grateful that I did, so that at least you could say you have a clue. But I changed a couple alternators, lots of batteries, lots of tires, and things like that over the years. Simple stuff. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 11,000, 18,000, 35,000, which is great to see. Lots of people like to see different vehicles of different types, right? Especially classics or things that are restored or upkept and things. We have a real great community in Niagara Falls, Ontario, where I live. There's just, when you drive by the Niagara Falls, there's a street that goes all along it. So already it's a beautiful area to be in, and then people come out with their motorcycles and their cars and things like that, and they do meetups and all this, and there's tons of them around here. People from cities all around come to Niagara for that reason. And then I'm just going to grab your latest video from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these live streams if you're going to do some more. They seem to be doing them once or twice per month when they do them, and are probably due for another one if they're going to do that, so we'll look forward to that. Driving Daily is also out there supporting other creators. I run into them regularly, and they're here in Superchat frequently as well. So definitely a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
You have to pardon me. Oh, sun is coming through. Let's do something ridiculous and see if I'm going to wear sunglasses in the house right now. You see how that sun is just like pounding me right in the eye? I gotta think about putting a blind on that window or something. We just have a sheer over it, not a real blanket. I got these things the other day. For those of you who've seen my personal channel, sometimes I do outdoor live streams, and I was talking about the idea of sunglasses because I occasionally have trouble seeing even when I got my glasses on. So I got these clip-on things, right? Without my glasses on, I can't see well enough to put them on the glasses. So there's a bit of a disaster for me there. Oh goodness. Oh, I appreciate everybody's patience taking a second to get those on. So you know these ones like that people use, right? And they flip them up and everything? That's not doing anything because the sun's coming in from the side. But maybe that will make the outdoor live streams a little bit easier. I got bad enough trouble seeing without the sun beating down on everything. It comes in a little case too, so that's good. At least I won't destroy it the first day. And then let's have a look at Foodie's Vacation and see what they've got going on. This is a brand new channel for the Tuberchat family, and I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video, Icon of the Seas. We've seen plenty of videos from this channel. I wonder if I saw oh no, this picture is very popular. I think I saw a couple thumbnails with the same picture from the Icon of the Seas, probably off the website or something. But I'm going to take your latest video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch laters list. I will watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well now, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I see that some of the shorts are already doing well here. 2,300. 4,200, wow. And then live streams as well. So they got a couple live streams, including tomorrow. Hopefully I'll catch you for that, 10 in the morning. And I should be on the computer, so hopefully I'll catch that. And then a Fever Dream animation is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So Fever Dream Animation gives us some information on their About section. What they're doing on their channel more than anything else is bringing us a lot of classic film. So I'm going to take the latest video. Some of these are lengthy. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. And like I said, some of the longer stuff like live stream replays or lengthy premieres and things like this, or videos, they always premiere. But, you know, videos afterwards and this and that, I'll put them at the bottom of the list and just order it so that the longest ones are at the end and I can let them run out. So Fever Dream Animation is posting literally daily, sometimes more than once a day. And then they have got shorts on the channel as well. These are a little bit different. They got some animation here, a little bit of outdoor content. 677 views on one of these, which is great to see. Hopefully they'll post some more and they'll start to move even farther. I know it goes without saying, but the more we post, the more everything pushes each other. And that includes shorts. And then Fever Dream Animation is here with us for just about every stream. I see them out supporting other people all the time as well. They're working on 400 subscribers and they're getting close. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go, stitching it up, capturing country life and dreamland soundscapes. We'll look at it in another moment. The source is in the house. Good to see you here. And what we'll do right now, we'll take one more break. Might be the last one for today. We'll see. And right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. These are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. There's 4 of them so far, 2 more on the way. They're extremely informative because they come to us from people who've been through exactly what we're going through. They're still with us today. They've been with us for years, but they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in to send it back. So
Yeah.
we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we
Right.
said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and you know when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
But how we felt from how we were watching on our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an
Absolutely.
idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like say like a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at stitching it up, capturing country life. I'm going to answer your question in a quick second there. It's okay to be a transgender. Pardon me just for 1 second. And then, pardon me. So we're going to look at stitching it up, capturing country life, and Dreamland Soundscapes. I see Braylon Lee coming in. Good to have you in the house. Forever Goshlin 3004 is still here. When we talk about shorts and monetization, shorts are monetized in a different way. Our shorts can help you get monetized, but in a different way. We have not yet in the Superchat family that I know of seen a channel get monetized through shorts, but it is possible. I believe to get to the first level, you've got to have 3 million views in the first 90 days, if I'm not mistaken. And then otherwise, for full monetization, it's 10 million views in 90 days, I believe. Anybody can correct me if I'm mistaken about that. But the watch hours that you get from shorts videos do not count towards the watch hours. They count for... there's two paths for monetization. Shorts path you can try to take, or watch hours you can try to take. And we can help with watch hours here, but pumping up millions of views, I don't know how to do that any better than anybody else does. And but just so that you're clear about it, so shorts 100% do not count towards your watch hours, and that's something you got to keep up as well, which is easy to do. We haven't yet, I don't think, seen a channel demonetized for not keeping up to watch hours either, or activity. And then it's interesting to know, and heartbreaking for people who hear it for the first time, not every watch hour that you get counts towards monetization either. YouTube is not clear, but if you look at your YouTube studio and you see the number of hours that you get from people actually watching your videos, and then you look at the monetization, in almost every single case, probably 99% of the time, the number towards monetization is slightly, very slightly lower. The only numbers that matter for monetization are on that monetization tab. So anywhere else in the YouTube studio is not quite the same. So that's just an idea. And then stitching it up, capturing country life is up on the screen. This is another creator who's here with us just about every day. They also live stream every day. They're live right now, actually. When we look at their live streams, they're pretty much looping some content here. They're chasing watch hours in this way, and then we do a lot of helping when it comes to the idea of watch hours. I'll talk about that in a second. I'll play that watch hours clip again in a moment. Some of their shorts have done really well. 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and even halfway to 10,000 views, which means 9,500 here, which is great. Videos on the channel, they're posting frequently. I'm just going to take the latest one and put it into my catch-up list. There's something different for me to see. And then they've got a second channel as well, Dreamland Soundscapes. If I can type. We'll see what they've got going on here. That can't be the channel. It's not the first time I'm putting it on the screen, is it? No, here it is. So Dreamland Soundscapes, we have to make sure we get the right one. In the search results, you're going to notice that both of these are blue, so it could be confusing. But if we match the search results, we'll make sure we get the right one. 106 subscribers. Time to relax, they say. They're going to give us pleasing audio, pleasing visuals. I'm just going to take another video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. We'll get some watch hours going over there. And then shorts on this channel as well, and these look like more pleasing visuals and audio to go along with it. So it looks like their latest short, I could be wrong about that, has popped. Yeah, not the latest one, but that's okay. They got one going towards 600 views, which is great. Live streams are an idea, and we'll see if they're going to bring those back. And I noticed that Dark Swordsman Gaming just came in from the UK, so thanks for being here. I'm going to put their channel up on the screen right away. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters up as soon as those things happen. You'll notice that Dark Swordsman Gaming has had their link dropped as well. And then... Blessed Crochet, thank you very much. we're still moving through channels. We still got another 20 minutes, but you notice that I dropped a link already for Michael's Adventures. He's got that premiere coming up, and we can go over there and basically raid in there, and he will give us the opportunity to continue connecting the same way we do here. All of our moderators allow and encourage that.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Dark Swordsman Gaming is going to bring us video gameplay from a lot of popular titles. So lately they're doing some Tomb Raider. I don't know if you caught this, Dark Swordsman Gaming. I don't know why I didn't notice, but for the last like dozen of your live streams, the T is missing from the beginning of the word tomb. I wonder if that's just because you're reusing settings or something. That's something I do on like the music channel, for instance. Even on my personal channel, I've been doing it lately. I've been going through Restream, and they let you copy like title and everything else. So I wonder if that's the case or if you meant for that. Now what Dark Swordsman Gaming is doing, they're playing different popular games, but you notice on the front page here that they've got different borders around their thumbnails, and that basically shows people they're playing different games. So Final Fantasy has red, Tomb Raider has yellow, Dark Souls has a little bit more of an orange color, and then when we get down to Final Fantasy again we see some green. What this can allow is when somebody goes to the channel and digs through the videos page, or I said homepage, but I meant videos page, they could pick out videos that they want to see, even outside of playlists and things like that. So it's an interesting way of doing that. They got a short video here. We'll see if they're going to bring out some more, and lots of live streaming as well. I've been lucky to catch them many times. They're live frequently, and let's just see how frequently. They're on every few days, so usually a couple times a week or 3 times a week. Oh, and then technical issues. Yeah, it's a pain, but going back to try to rename those. We know that live streams don't get like a ton of replays in most cases, but videos have the chance to drive the channel. So those are much more worth looking at. But Dark Swordsman Gaming, they've been a friend of ours for years. I'm sorry I didn't even catch that for all this time. I mean, Dark Swordsman Gaming's here with us usually at least once a week, and yeah, I didn't catch those the last couple weeks. 219 subscribers. We would love to push them towards the 300 they're thinking about. You can see they post a lot. 1,700 videos on the channel. And then let's spin the wheel. Oh, so they got a schedule, Thursdays and Sundays. I didn't even realize that all this time. I've been lucky to catch them. Sometimes I don't catch on to the idea. If somebody doesn't specifically say that they have a schedule, I think I just may not quite get it. And then It's Okay to Be a Transgender is up now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then Izzy's Life Vlogs, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're here just to say hello and drop a thumbs up. I know we got some friends that run the stream in the background as well. If there's anybody here who's listening or watching that hasn't had their channel up yet, just please say anything at all in the chat. I'll make sure to get you on there right now. And then It's Okay to Be a Transgender is a brand new channel, literally, not just for us here. They got their first video coming up, so what I'm going to do is put that into my watch later list. It's going to be a few days from now. Usually I don't subscribe to channels while I live stream, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now because we're going to be on again before this premiere drops, so I don't want to miss watching it. So I've got it in my watch later list now. I'll have to try to remember. And then they've just got a few subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther, get the channel moving for them. And then, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, a lot of times people who've been here many times before will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat, with good reason, because they want to get to know people and see, is somebody going to be back, like, you know, many times before they'll connect, because we're always looking for authentic subscribers, people who are truly going to support the channel and things like that. So for brand new channels, it takes a little more effort, because you're going to have to start conversations with other people, and as you're here hopefully a few times, you'll start to get to see some of the names of the friends who are able to be here frequently, and then cherry pick your connections.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Oh, Ruby, did I never put your channel on the wheel yet? I'm going to get it on there now. KNRP Kim Polton is up there. And let's get Rushing Wind Mountain on there right now. Yeah, I've added a few more channels than I usually do. We still got a few minutes, and it's okay if we go over time. Michael's Adventures has a premiere coming up. I've dropped a link for that. I'll do it again right now. But he always puts a nice long intro on those, and he'll be on for half an hour. So lots of opportunity to catch them. When we look at KNRP Kim Polton, we see a longtime friend, actually. They've got the craft bench out there. They are working on some kind of art. They've, I believe, collaborated many times with other creators as well. And when we look at what they're doing here, so it's been a while since they've posted a video. We'll look at shorts on the channel right now, getting into almost 500 views, which is great to see. That's a beautiful mountain view. That's a nice thumbnail, a couple of these that you caught. Live streams on the channel, so this is where this creator usually, as you can see, I'm lucky enough to catch them frequently, and hopefully everybody will connect with KNRP Kim Polton. They've been with us for as long as I can remember. I can't remember for the life of me whether it's, I know it's got to be beyond 2 years now, if it's not 3, and maybe even as long as 4. For as long as I can remember, literally, KNRP Kim Polton has been with us. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. You get a chance to see the different artistic things that they're going to create. Looks like they're in the kitchen here a couple times too. Kim Cooks, there you go. And then I'll be looking forward to catching one of those again. We'll spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up. My other's keeper.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then we'll see what my other's keeper has got going on right now. They're working on 300 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. My other's keeper, somebody who's been with us for many months now, and they're bringing a bit of variety. Let's have a look at the About section. We see a little bit of information here. We'll dig through the thumbnails, and you get an idea of some of the collaborations. There's Blessed to Crochet right there. And it looks like they're doing quite a few collaborations here, cutting some videos out of some of the live streams, shorts as well, that have gotten into 600, almost 600, and almost 800 views. And then here's a bunch of live streams right here where they're really doing a great job of setting these up in advance. They've got the rest of the month all ready to go, which is great to see. That can really help the algorithm or recommendation engine, right? When we have the information ready to go. Not to mention your friends can have a look at your channel and plan if they need to. Some of these will come up recommended, far in advance, not just days, but maybe even weeks in advance. And then you'll be surprised to see how many people will shuffle around their personal schedule to make sure they catch you. And then my other's keeper is working on 300 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So let's spin the wheel. I put Braylon Lee on the wheel as well with Rushing Wind Mountain. If anybody hasn't been seen yet that is still listening or watching, just please say anything at all in the chat and I will get you onto the wheel right away. And then Braylon Lee, let's see what they've got going on. This is a creator that's actually fairly new in the Superchat family, but they talk about reality television, so they add a lot of commentary. You'll recognize, of course, some of the thumbnails that you see here. Videos are a little bit different because they got quite a series going on right now, but when we dig into the live streams, especially in a moment, you'll see a lot of familiar reality television shows. So they've got some shorts here, one of them over 5,200, which is great to see, and then live streams like I was talking about. They got one coming up tonight, so they'll be on in a few minutes again. Michael's Adventures will be on, but Braylon Lee's usually on for a couple of hours as a minimum, so they'll still be on after Michael's Adventures in about a half an hour, if I'm not mistaken. When we dig through the thumbnails here, you see what I'm talking about. They've got a lot of popular, even I don't watch a lot of reality television, but I know a lot of the shows. For instance, Real Housewives and Temptation Island and all these things, and many more. So hopefully everybody will connect with Braylon Lee. They always take the time to welcome everybody when you come into the chat, and they do a great job with that. They're over 3,000. We'd love to push them towards the 3,100 we know they're thinking about as well. Moz 6510 Models, we heard from earlier today when I played a clip from his interview on our channel. He is another dear friend from the UK who's been with us about 4.5 years. He has, let's see, long past his 10,000 subscribers and now has 26,000. So he continues to grow. It'll be interesting to look back and see exactly how many he had when we did that interview. That was about a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. And Moz6510 Models is going to talk to us about how to become a better scale modeler.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is in the house. And when we talk about the idea of swapping playlists, it's actually a really simple arrangement that you can make with any creator. And interestingly, Moz6510 Models, who's up on the screen right now, along with a lot of our moderators, did a lot of help years ago, experimenting and trying different things to see what works, what doesn't work, what's true, what's not true. And the idea is that we can make a playlist of videos and then get somebody else to run them for us, and we can run their playlist as well. And you notice I use the word run, not necessarily watch. Lots of us fall asleep to YouTube or let YouTube run in the background while we do other things. We use YouTube Music for that and things like that. But this is an easy arrangement. You can run a playlist of videos for somebody while you work, while you sleep, while you eat, while you go out, and it helps with watch hours. Obviously, you can imagine when you get a lot of different people, hopefully dozens, running an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours are really gonna grow. So this is what we do, but it's really that simple, and lots of creators here will be able to help each other knowing how to do that. So Moz6510 Miles, I just went through my catch-up list again, that playlist I always use, and I don't know how many times today we've already seen these videos where the red line's not all the way across. That's a part of watch hours for sure. So we think that that counts, but are uncertain, right? I don't know if I'd even believe a Google engineer if I had one in front of me to tell me the truth about how these things count, so I'll just run it again. But I am going to take his newest video and I'm going to put that into my playlist as well. You see what I mean? I use so many playlists so that I can keep up with creators. It makes it a lot easier when you're trying to get through hundreds of videos a week, let's just say. Moz6510 Models is going to talk about scale modeling, the companies, the kits, the products, the upgrades, the tools, the paint, the glue, the different types of things that they need. I still have a lot to learn. It's been a long time since I've done a scale model myself. But when we go through the channel, Mod6510 models as well, he's got some shorts here. Some of these have done really well. 26,000, 48,000, 97,000 views. And then live streams as well. Now, sometimes, most often, he's got a StreamYard panel of people talking about these types of things. And obviously, they're going to update everybody with information and have conversation and give each other tips and tricks. But I've seen Moz as well working on the workbench many times before, working on models and explaining the tools, explaining the difference. I don't know what you call the thing. It looks like a gun, but it's I don't know if it's for painting or for... I think it's for painting or applying adhesives and things like that. But explaining the difference between, you could buy a $7 one or you could buy a $70 one. I'm not sure if you can buy a $700 one, but you know what I mean. I still, like I said, have a lot to learn. But Mod6510 Models has been hit with us for years. He's been with us from almost the beginning. And as you can see, an overly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He just dropped a super chat. He's done that a million times before, and he actually just took over our stream boss position. That's the video game life meter that you see under my camera here. Every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel, and he's held that position many times before. I should have known. Yes, an airbrush, and I think that's it right there on your banner, right? I think that's what that is. I remember you talking about it, but it was so long ago since I caught that conversation, so I'll use that as my excuse. But there you go, and Moz will help us with all of those things. So thank you again, my dear friend, for your super chat. We watched a clip from your interview earlier today. We watch one almost every day. And then Tampa's Creek, Homestead, and More is coming up on the screen right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
We're going to skip our music stream for today only because it's such a much slower day. I wasn't thinking when I set these up that they were going to fall on the holidays, Good Friday and Easter Monday. So it's a lot more calm today than it usually is. I expect everything will be back to normal on Wednesday when we're back. Thursday when we're back. But we'll start doing music streams again after every Tuber Chat episode, including our 5-year anniversary coming up next Saturday, not this week, next week. And we usually do those for an hour to give everybody a chance to keep connecting. But Michael's Adventures is going to let us keep connecting right now on his channel. He's going to drop his premiere any second, and we'll get through a few more channels here. I'll leave the stream running for an extra 3 minutes so we can clean up our connections, and everybody's welcome to meet more friends over with Michael's Adventures, and I'll be over there right after Tuber Chat as well. Tampa's Creek, Homestead, and More, 907 subscribers. This is a grandmother and granddaughter duo. They just came into the Tuber Chat family. It's now a little bit more than a few months, but they have just come in blazing with generosity and support for others. Working on that road officially to 1,000. We always say you're officially on the road when you get to a 100 milestone, so 900 puts them on the mark towards 1,000. And then you can see the different types of things they're bringing us. It could be local, it could be traveling, lots of outdoor adventure, a little bit indoors as well. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 8,600, wow, and 13,000 views on some of these, and these two are fairly recent. Actually, they just dropped these within the last month, I think. And then they've got lots of live streams set up as well, and I'm just gonna set the notifications. We always do that for every premiere and live stream that we see, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for us. We know that this channel's monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get over there. They're going to be live tonight, actually, in another hour, so shortly after Michael's Adventures. We know that they'll be starting. So lots of content tonight. Monday's a big night. Butler Family Farm might be wrapping up around now as well. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz, I hope you're doing okay. That sounds like something you need a lot of rest and care from. and definitely not a lot of fun. So hopefully, like I said, you're doing what you need. And Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend of mine for almost 6 years by now, since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. Style Stages, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in, and we're looking at Rushing Wind Mountain.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then when we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, we see Ruby. This is a creator that brings us nature and wildlife videos. They've changed their banner and description lately. Nature and ASMR videos. So the reason why we use the term ASMR for a channel like this is it's basically within the same ballpark. The idea is pleasing audio and pleasing visuals. There's some humorous moments, but we'll get to those when we get over to the shorts videos. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got here. Nice deer. Looks like they're checking things out. And I'll put this into my catch-up list. Videos here can go anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long. So all different types, and then pleasing audio to go along with those visuals. When we look at shorts on the channel, we know that this channel's from the Pacific Northwest, but they bring us a lot of wildlife as well. And like I said, there's some humorous moments in here if you dig through these. 11,000, 12,000, 16,000 on one of them, which I think is still trickling in views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they're live at least a couple times a week, probably every few days. And I've caught them many times before. They experiment between horizontal, vertical, and they do some chasing watch hours as well. They're working on, or they're monetized already, so lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. It's a great idea to keep up the watch hours once we get monetized. It's easy to do. Most channels are already in a position that their watch hours are doing just fine by the time they get monetized, but it's something to think about.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then Abandoned and Forgotten Whales is here also, and this is a creator that's going to bring us explorations of abandoned locations, and you'll see they've got quite a bit of information on their about section. I'm just going to grab their latest video. It's quite lengthy, but it's perfect for connecting with. We're usually looking for videos over 3 minutes. I tend to take ones that are a little bit longer than that. This one's extra lengthy, but they've got lots of videos on the channel, anywhere from 3 minutes to 6 or 7 minutes there. And then when we look at the different places that they visit, a lot of places I may not be willing to go into. I've gone out on a few paranormal investigations. That's a little bit different, but shorts on this channel feature somewhere. I wouldn't go through there. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm one of those people. It's like people who have afraid of snakes or spiders and things like that, where they freeze even if it's on a television. I don't think I could walk through there, to be honest with you. So it's really cool content to watch. And we got lots of friends that do abandoned location explorations. When we look at the shorts here, 6,600, 8,700 on a couple of these. And live streams as well. So lots of friends on StreamYard panels here. And then it's been a little while. So yeah, since New Year's, but hopefully they'll, if they're going to bring some more back, we got notification bells on for every single channel. And they've been a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well. Heaven's Fire 18 is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day, but I do appreciate even the quick pop-ins when you're just giving a thumbs up or letting us know what's going on with your day. We've got some friends that run the stream in the background, and I always appreciate that. Jaden's always there. We got a few other creators that do it as well. And I always appreciate all of that help. Every bit of engagement helps. And then thank you, Butler Family Farm. I'm just wrapping up. We're going over to Michael's Adventures now. And then when we think about what we do here in Tuber Chat for these live streams. I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators. We know that these streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. That should be obvious, but between the mistakes I make and the things that they help with in the chat, it helps us speed along and get to as many channels as we can in 3 hours. So I hope everybody will connect with them. Heaven's Fire 18 is up on the screen. They're going to bring us a lot of furry friends. They've got some information on their About section about exactly what they're bringing here. I'm going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep or get caught up with them. They've got some shorts here as well. These have gotten into almost 1,000 views. That one's going to have 1,000 views if 2 people will watch that. I'm going to put that into a playlist right now so that I can make sure they get their full watch on this. I'll put that in my catch-up list. And then if somebody else wants to watch that and push their video over the 1,000, I know they'll appreciate it. And then they got another one at 1,900, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So up to a couple months ago, and hopefully I'll catch you if you're going to do those again. Some familiar faces on your StreamYard panel from a few months ago also. We got notifications on for everybody. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment. Thank you for the kind words. We'll go over to Michael's Adventures, and we'll see everybody hopefully again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first 1,000 subs to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.